Boy, this is terrific, you guys. Thank you all very much. Thank you indeed. Thank you. It is fabulous to see so many people out here for Earth Day, because this is the future. When I was young, in 1970, I grew up in the city of Washington, D.C. Go Senators now, we would say go Nationals. And I rode my bicycle, my Gitane. I rode down to the Washington Monument. I locked my bicycle to a flagpole. And there was an event, something like this. May I say, not nearly as big, not nearly this cool. And in those days, everybody wanted you to do less. That was the idea. The big concern in those days was pollution. We had rivers that were catching on fire. The Potomac River is barely 3 football fields from where the main stage was. And people thought that it was just an insurmountable problem, that we would never clean up the rivers. We would never clean up the oceans, that it was just impossible, that the industrial base, so many factories, it would never be cleaned up. But people believed in 1970 that it was doable. And sure enough now, the world is somewhat cleaner, at least the United States is somewhat cleaner, rather, than it was back then. So what everybody wanted you to do was drive less, use less clean water, so wear dirty clothes like any good hippie, and then if you could, really, humans are bad, humans don't belong in the ecosystem, so you should probably just not even eat. Just don't eat. But that turned out to be really unpopular. Nobody went for that. So what we have found, the key to the future is not to just do less. The key is to do more with less. To go farther on a gallon or a liter of gas. To get trains to run on time with less electricity. To make aircraft more efficient. To make farming more efficient and have less runoff into our rivers and streams. So that we can feed all these people and take the best advantage of everybody's intellect and treasure around the world. If you stick around till it gets dark, Saturn will rise over there in the east. And I want you to take a look at Saturn. Saturn is about 9.5 times the size, 9.4 times the size of the Earth. And when you look at it in the night sky, it is just a little speck. It's just a dot. And I often think, what would it be like to be on Saturn, or to be near Saturn, and looking back at the Earth, it's just this dot. It's just this little speck. So when I was a kid, I stood on the beach, this is back east, and Mrs. Cochran, my 3rd grade teacher, had told us that there were more stars in the sky than grains of sand on the beach. And I remember thinking, Mrs. Cochran, that's ridiculous. Have you ever been to a beach? For crying out loud. It's a lot of sand, but really by a first approximation, there are more stars than all of that. And I began to feel pretty insignificant, that I couldn't really have any effect on the Earth or the course of history or human affairs, and this will get you down. You wonder if there's any way to ever be happy. But after a while, you realize that you can understand it, that through the process of science, this great idea that humans have had, this way to discover nature and our place in it, to learn about the cosmos and our place in the cosmos, what I like to call our place in space. Using your brain, you can figure all this out. And using your brain, I hope a few of you will pursue careers in math and science, and ideally become engineers. But even if you don't choose to be, I just want everybody to appreciate science and how much it enriches the economy, how much it has changed our understanding of our place in space. And through the process of science, using your brains, my friend, we can, dare I say it, change the world! Thank you.